Hello, Vlogadome video. I think almost directly to Gary, which obviously you must have noticed I'm trying to avoid to the greatest extent I can, because if I do direct videos to you, it's not going to last long. Watching your video, and then there's another thing. Watching your videos here now, I'm almost addicted to them again. But why? Probably because it's the winter and I've got more time to fill up. In the summer, where I wouldn't have watched a video for months on end, I go out and play in the garden. But in the winter I've got more time to fill up. Now, this isn't meant to be an insult, but hopefully it'll fit in later to the rest of this video. In your video, Little Big Video about depression, you ask the question, how do you stay in the game? How do you stay in the game? And in a way, this is quite amusing, and I would want you to think it was amusing. What we have here is you having a good start. You're on to it already, because I've seen you making a video, tripping over at that particular place and laughing. And this, I think, is halfway there to the answer of how do you stay in the game. You just laugh at absolutely everything. Now, do I start going through the things to laugh at, or do a stop here? I think I've got to do a stop here, because an automatic reaction will have started in the Mendham brain that you can't laugh at everything because some things are serious. Oh no, they're not. The only way that they would be serious would be if there was somebody here that was being tortured by life, and there isn't. So it really doesn't matter. I mean, you've done enough in the last half dozen videos to show that the replicating molecule has created this clump of atoms that thinks it feels pain, it thinks it's anguished, it thinks it's depressed, it thinks it's an I that can have willpower to create emotions, etc., etc., etc. But that is all it is. It's a clumping of atoms organized by another clump of atoms. There is nothing serious going on here at all. And you're on your way to it with laughing when you fall over. You're happy to laugh at your own misfortunes sometimes. All it needs is to take it a few steps further. Do I have to go back again? I feel I've got to go back again. Yes, there is nothing ever wrong with anything ever at all, ever, because there's nothing to be harmed. There's nothing here to be harmed. Yeah, you've proved this enough over the last half dozen videos you've made. So there's no point harping back to it. This compassion that arises here and there is just an old program that runs, which is more likely to get you laid. You found it when you were a teenager and in your 20s that if you showed compassion for things, the girlies like that sort of thing. It's just another program to attract things, to get the reproducing molecule thing to win the game. That's all it is, absolutely all it is. There's no need for compassion at all. It's just another game that's played by the molecule to get you to do, the clump of atoms, to do the reproducing thing, to make it one more success, one more win on the way to being nothing in particular. I mean, you've noticed how farcical and amusing sports people are. They run around and knock a ball over a net, or they get dressed up in great padded things with helmets on and kick balls around and throw balls around. And the one I find most comical is the tall people that bounce balls around and throw them into a little hoop. And then we know that the people that stand there or sit there going, cheering and with regard to how well the tall people bounce the ball, or the padded people kick the ball, or the people in white running round and hitting it with a ball with a bat. It's all comical. There are politicians that are standing there being all serious about putting taxes up, putting taxes down, or stopping taxes altogether and trying to let the people do whatever they like, etc., etc. It is all comical. It is all utterly, utterly comical, if you want to let it be comical. People making YouTube videos, call this a YouTube video, that's comical as well. As I said about Pyro and Conference Report, Fred, just making videos for the conversation of it all. And that's probably got something to do with the molecule knowing that people that make conversation are more likely to get laid or something, make babies. And that's all we're doing. I'm probably doing an old program of that. But repeat, that compassion thing, that's just an old, silly old program that's running as well. There's absolutely no need for it. It doesn't need the dominance it has in your head. It doesn't need it for you to have about other people, and it doesn't need it to have about you either. It can drop all that, and it can laugh at absolutely anything, not just when you trip over a few logs or slip off an icy thing into the water. That's great that you laugh at that, but you can laugh at absolutely anything. You have my permission. Because quite frankly, the compassion thing isn't going to get you laid at all. Laugh at that as well. Bye.